Right, I think we are live, and yes, we are. Good evening. This is Omni Sanders down here in Florida of Overcoming the Odds, and we're going to get right into it. As far as how do you need to be handheld in business? And if you're in home-based business and you've been in home-based business for a while, you're gonna like this. You might understand where we're going with this as well. Especially you have some team members that I like to ask you a bunch of questions. Not saying there's anything wrong with asking questions, but we'll get into that here in a little bit. But without any further ado, let's take it out to California real quick.
Sunny, beautiful California. I have got to show you what a beautiful day it is. Okay, so I'm going to walk outside. My name is Patricia, by the way, and thank you guys for joining us on this beautiful Friday here. I'm going to go outside, and it's hot. It's like I'm right by my front door, as you guys can see here, and I'm opening up my gate here, and I wanted like the tropics type of thing. So here I planted some palm trees. Can you see my palm tree? My beautiful palm tree there? I'm getting blinded, so I can't see quite too much here. But it's super bright and sunny out that way. As you can see, this is my front yard here. And like I said, I personally liked the fact that I live in the desert, but I used to live in Hawaii. So with that being said, I want that tropical feel. And so I planted about five palm trees. And of course they're growing. It's slowly but surely they're growing. It's been about 5 years, and that's the main one in the front there is giving us nice shade. When I go out there, I've got a little bench that I could sit in and everything. But yeah, like what Andre said about, needy. Are you always needy in business as an entrepreneur? So we're going to delve into this subject. So Andre, I take it back to you.
All right, and again, this is not a knock on, let's say, new people at home business or business in general, because there's always something to keep in mind, and this is something I'll never forget. What Tony Robbins mentioned this so many times. Find somebody who's doing what you want to do, and just learn to this model their behavior as far as their actions, as far as what they're doing. You gotta understand too. This is coming from somebody who was an apprentice, really for for Jim Rohn. Not a bad mentor to have, by the way. So as far as paying attention to just simple things. I know Kiyosaki had his rich dad to mentor. Who we collaborated a couple of his books. Donald Trump. Donald Trump had his dad to mentor as well. The list can go on and on as far as a lot of successful people. Napoleon Hill, my goodness, he had so many people he was surrounded with. You could say Andrew Carnegie, but Andrew Carnegie was basically just directing him to other people. Thomas Edison, Henry Ford, I think, not mistaken, Firestone. There's so many names at the time who are now like heavyweights when you hear it. But they were all people to really just pay attention to, and now look at the names on this list and how successful they are because they were paying attention to the people that were doing what they wanted to do. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, getting within a business, like it's mentioned earlier, nothing wrong with asking questions whatsoever. It never is anything wrong with asking questions, but you got to just go and take that first step. Other than just wanting to be handheld. Eric Worre puts it pretty well on our network marketing pro, who's been a network marketing professional for a good while. And again, this ties in for really business in general, not just home-based business, only, but. He mentioned that when you first get started, you can just basically lick your upline nose, lick your sponsor nose, like, hey, I really do appreciate your help. Not saying that you're basically going to leave them or, say bye completely, but just let them know that, hey, you're really going to go attack this. Not so much on your own, but you're not going to go and just basically buck them so much as far as like, hey, how you do this. You're going to go and learn to find it out for your own. And again, that's the beauty of really being an entrepreneur. It's just going to make mistakes, all the mistakes you can, and just learn from mistakes. And again, like I mentioned earlier, this is not taken away from modeling the people that have already gone where you're trying to go. You see what I'm saying? That's something to keep in mind. It's not like you have to just keep on begging as far as like, hey, what about this? What about this? What about this? Little simple stuff. And this is another thing too that I got picked up from one of our $1 million earners within our community as well. You can see our income disclaimer below because I'm not going to guarantee you any type of results whatsoever. I mentioned something to somebody who recently made, not mistaken, she made 14,000 like I think the last 2 weeks. And again, see our income disclaimer below. I'm not going to guarantee those type of results because results are not typical, but they can vary, but they are possible. And he mentioned as far as when you're starting to get a lot of people on your team, set up like something simple as the FAQ. Just so people can so you can refer that to people because you want to leverage your time. It's nothing wrong having new members come on your team. That's always a cool thing. But leverage your time doing stuff like that. So the little simple stuff as far as maybe what's in your back office, what this product does, like how many people they get, little simple stuff like this. And this goes off and on. This goes for offline, online business in general. Things like such as that. And this another good reference point to keep in mind. Google. Useless. Another thing that one of our mentors in our communities mentioned, this reason why it's a $2 million earner too in our community. Use Google a lot for a lot of things. I know Patricia, you and I, we mentioned that so many times, just little simple stuff, especially if it's an online world, just to learn simple things, maybe just little tactics. It might be something that you're thinking, oh my goodness, it's different for you because you're learning on the way, but at the same time, give it a shot. Put it in Google. I don't know how many times I've had to do that myself. And sometimes even YouTube, so you can just actually see how it's done or something like, okay, you want to do something as simple as set up a Facebook fan page, if you're new. Do something as simple as that. If you want to learn how to set up images, Google or YouTube, basically they're brother and sister, in a sense, because it's basically the same. But, just little stuff like that just to help you on your way so you're not just asking so many questions, because I know another thing too I've heard in this business as well, you don't want to be not so much bugging with so many questions, but it's like, as far as maybe getting motivated, about that too, because I know that's eventually going to come on, we're going to eventually bring it up as well, but just to get right into that. If your why, your purpose is not strong enough, that's something that's really to go and analyze. Because that's the reason why you get into the profession in general, as far as using it, whatever company you're part of or whatever business you're part of, really is the vehicle to get you where you're trying to go. The whole objective of starting a business, you want time freedom. Yes, you want time to spend with the family if that's one of your options. But the thing is, go and just leverage yourself as well with whatever business they're using. At the same time, again, it comes down to like I just mentioned a few moments ago, as far as having that strong purpose, that strong why. Because it doesn't matter what's going on in your life, it's always going to just carry you through. I'll give you a perfect example. Right now, some of us we're in a boot camp for our community. So we're like basically learning how to build rapport. And I can tell you this right now, and I was really thinking about bringing her on, like as far as like my leader in my group. She doesn't have to call every day or beg every day, hey, I know you've done this, you do this. It's no ifs, ands, or buts. I told her like in our group chat the other day, it's like, you know what, this is what I want to do. I told her from day one. She already knew, but I was just letting everybody else know in the group what's being shy about it, that she doesn't have to go, pat me in the butt. She'll be like, hey, you get me motivated. Like, hey, you make these calls, you done this, you done that. She doesn't need to do that with me because I already got enough strong enough purpose as far as like, this got to get done. When sometimes you got to realize that, your purpose, it has to be more painful of not getting there than actually the pain of of actually going about as far as like, oh, should I do this? Can I do this? Other than just worrying about nothing. And that's where they got down to the point with me personally. This is like, what? This is, I got to get something going. And so, it was my business. Not saying what I was doing wasn't working. It's really helped escalate it more so. That's why I decided to join this boot camp. And it's still part of my company. It's not like I'm not like I did several different other opportunity at the same time. But this is to help learn that rapport, with communicating with people. So again, it's something that she doesn't above me every day and whatnot. She's more stoked that somebody's actually taking action, other than like, should I do this? What's a good time to call here? These people not, what happens to do this, because we already got different trainings as far as we have different trainings like 5 days a week as far as different questions to if this comes about. See what I'm saying? So something to just keep in mind as well, is because it doesn't really matter again what company, what number marketing company it is, if you're a part of either online or offline. The thing is, they do have some type of training as well, so you can do that. Thing is, most people don't want to go to the training, So think about it. If you have that employee mindset, and most people that come into the profession, this is not sugar coated. Being the basically the leader or the sponsor, it doesn't matter you're one person. It doesn't matter. It doesn't hurt to go and just direct somebody as far as something like, hey, do this. I know that's what we do when people come on board with us. Send them to our training, and basically it's basically another thing to see if they're serious. They can go through all the training. If I'm not mistaken, it's like a few modules, like 10 to 12 minutes a piece or whatever, but they can't go through all of that, then, again, it comes back to what I mentioned earlier. How strong was your why? How serious were you? Something you got to go ask yourself. We can't, suggest anything for you. You have to realize, okay, what is it, that pressure point, that pain point for you that you want to get after? Because, we can talk about the money all day long, and that's great, yes. But at the same time, there's a reason why you want to have that monetary need to get to where we're trying to go. You see? So that basically will eliminate, as far as being handheld or whatever business, because you're going to do really whatever it takes, and that should be the mentality anytime in business. So I don't know. Also, too, Patricia, you want to add on as well with that?
Well, I was just going to say, we do have needs and wants and likes. And when we're first getting into becoming an entrepreneur, it is kind of like a baby. When you are a baby, you just can't get up and, get the car keys. Hey, Dad, can I have the car keys? Or Mom, can I have the car keys? Get in the car and, take the keys and start driving. So there is a level of growth first. And once you reach that level of independence, then you should be able to fly on your own. Like Andre mentioned, there's a whole bunch of different resources that you can access to find out almost any answer to any question that you have. Like I know my mentor, her name was Marisol Dennis. She got me into the business, and I decided, well, I need her help. And I was like calling her every single day. I was, messaging her, and how do you do this? How do you do that? And I was truly a baby. I have to admit, I was new online. I didn't know, even how to copy and paste. There was just so many different things I didn't know. And it just depends too on who you get in your business. We have what we call a target market, and attraction marketing or target marketing. And do we want people who are freshly new entrepreneurs like myself? Because then when you do work with those kind of people, you have to go through a whole lot if you're going to be their mentor. You're going to expect to hold their hand step by step by step, but in the beginning. But after that, you should be able to let them loose or let them fly. And you would think that they would want to, because after all, when we're a baby, you think of a baby becomes a toddler, then they become a child, then they become a preteen, and then a teenager. And what do teenagers want to do? It's like, when their mom or their dad is around, oh, Mom or Dad, do you have to come with me? They don't want to be seen with their parents. They think they know it all, so to speak. So as an entrepreneur, most entrepreneurs are adults, but they seem to have an employee mindset, whereas they go, like Eric Worre, this video that we were referring to, he said that people have needs, and that's true. But at a point, they have to be not dependent, but independent. And isn't that what your teenager wants? So as an adult, you are independent, but then all you live for is the weekend. You don't want any responsibilities, which is fine. So you have a job, and that's really not your fault, because that's how society and school has brought you up to, get a good job, stay in that, and you retire after 30, 40, 50 years, and then you die. That's not for an entrepreneur, that's not what you want. You want to be independent enough so that you can make enough money for yourself and have the freedom lifestyle that you want and that you need. That's a need, and it is a want, but we can achieve that if we take heed to just take on our own independence. And I know that certain things are very hard to learn. I mean, it was for me, but I learned, man, I could Google this. People keep saying, Google this, Google this. So I appreciate, at first I was kind of resentful. I go, oh man, why doesn't she just tell me the answer? But you know what? When you do find out things on your own, guess what? You retain it a lot more. And just like now, I had a notepad. I always show my little notepad that I have, but we also tell you to grab your pen and pencil to take notes, because you're learning something new every single day, and you're putting it in your head and in your memory so that you can recall it. And more than anything, or the thing that I hate too, is somebody who doesn't take notes, somebody who doesn't at least try to find out some information on their own. Or again, when I remind them, they're going to say, oh yeah, okay, I'm going to go do that, and then go do it. I know I procrastinate a lot with certain tasks and certain things, and I can only say this because I'm really busy. Like I just told Andre before I jumped on, that my whole day was busy, and I was doing other tasks, and I didn't have a chance to really do what I really wanted to do today, but there's no stopping me. I can get back to doing what I need to do. As long as you keep moving forward and you keep progressing in what you're doing and what you're learning. And it's for you, it's for your business. It's not for anybody else. It's for gaining your own freedom and learning what you need to be successful. Right, Andre?
Yeah, you brought up a good point too, and it's the same thing what we brought up earlier, as far as when we learn from mistakes too, and especially when you find out for yourself, you do get smarter. So I mean, obviously we're speaking from experience, because I know when I first got started here online, a little bit over 4 years ago, I was asking like any numbers every question too, my upline, but he didn't want to pick up the phone. I'm like, dude, I'm messaging you right now on Facebook. He was trying to, answer, but it's just, at the time it was kind of complicated, but it really was simple, So, I'm kind of glad that, that experience, I had that experience just so I could go figure this stuff out on my own, 'Cause, I mean, I pushed it aside, whatever, but at the same time, in the back of my mind, like I mentioned to you earlier, my purpose was a little more stronger than this sitting back and this procrastinating. So it was really piece by piece, month by month, until I could learn how to pick up my own way to market myself online. My own way to leverage myself online. I was offline marketing. Again, speaking from experience, I know my sponsor, he was calling like so many times, whatever, and it was like, oh my gosh, it's annoying. I just didn't pick up the phone sometimes. Didn't want to be bothered. But again, at the same time, in the back of my mind, it was like, okay, this is what I want to do. But being somebody who was, still is playing semi-pro football, and I was in the middle of the season, I was like, dude, this is not the time. I'm sorry. But as soon as summertime came around, oh man, we got rolling. We got rolling. And then he's noticed how serious I was. I was like, hey, I told him, I think I'll never forget, it was like the first meeting I came back after the season was over with. I was like, hey, I'm ready to roll. I was like, we put like 8 people like in a month and a half on my team, So it was a pretty cool experience. As well. But I mean, again, it goes back to do that. Always remember that though, having that strong purpose that you have, because that's what's going to be able to push you through everything. And again, another thing that you brought up to Patricia, as far as that, you do work. A lot of people work part-time doing this. That's cool. That's cool. Even if you start a business, traditional business, more than likely you're going to start part-time. You're not going to say, okay, if you're working somewhere, you can say, okay, I'm going to just burn all my bridges and whatever, and just get started from the get go. Let's be real. You know, if that's actually helping you put food in the plate, whatever, you know, paying the bills at the time being, you start off small, then you go big. You always do that. That's the benefit of really network marketing in general. I know Eric Ward was brought up a good point too. Really not many businesses that you can start off for the really average person to just really just have their own business startup from the get-go. And again, it's a vehicle. It's not so much just saying a business. You got to picture this is a vehicle to help me get to where I'm trying to go, period. You know, I think if I'm not mistaken, statistically speaking, average business get started, you know, brick and mortar, I think 65,000. Yeah, this is average or whatever. Obviously, you know, it's not counting online or home-based business, but you know, just putting things in perspective for you, you know, as far as you know that way. Again, it's not a even by comparison as far as business industries, whatever. It comes down to you know, just starting off small, and then you know you're gonna eventually learn things on the way too, and then it's gonna get bigger over time. Hopefully, you know, you got to stick with the process.
I think what happens is out of desperation. That's the thing, especially in this industry. A lot of people that they're looking at and they're following, they're seeing dollar signs, you know, of what these people are making online. And I think they have a preconceived idea of the fact that I want to learn everything fast. I want to know everything fast. So give it to me on a plate, like everything now. And they forget that it takes time. We had talked about this several times before, you know, where those are seasoned marketers and people who have been entrepreneurs maybe for years in business. And sometimes there's overnight successes, but more often than not, they've been online for a while, they've honed their craft, and they know how the business works, or specifically their businesses work, and they've got it down pat. Whereas maybe you're just getting into the business and it's a little bit more difficult, and you invested a lot of money, and you say, well, I want this now. I want at the end of the week or in 3 days, or actually the next day. Well, how come I'm not making any money? Well, you know, have you put an effort into it? Have you learned the system? Have you gone through the videos? Have you gone through the training, which is what we have in our back office? And then for you to be at the end of the week and say, well, I haven't made any money. What have you done to make the money? So that is the bottom line. And again, we bring this up, mindset, right, Andre? Mindset is the most important thing. And right there, you're starting off with a negative mindset. And you really have to value what you have bought into. And you have to know from your heart that it's going to work for you. Like I was on a webinar yesterday. And as you know, Andrea, part of the Superwomen, we've since changed our name to the Women's Connection. And we have a free trial. We have a free, you can join for free, but then we have a free trial offer for $1. Now, who can't afford $1, right? So you're with that, you're going to see, or actually to upgrade, it's $1. And then after that, it's a little bit more expensive, but it's still affordable. Anybody can join that. All right. Well, women only. But the whole point is that stops people who aren't serious. Because if they're not serious, they're going to not even do $1. You can't afford $1. So with our products, you start, and it's like $47 a month. That's true. So we're putting a value on it, because if something is for free, nobody is going to take action. But if you put a dollar sign with it, and where they have to pay monthly, hopefully they would take their business seriously and move forward to make it a success.
You know, another thing too, when you brought up a good point as far as you know, the mindset part, and this is something too that again, you know, Lawrence Sam brings up a good point as well. You got to take the the consumer hat off, the employee mindset off hat, and just really put on the producer slash business owner hat on, because you are a producer as well. And just think, really, in general, business in general, they all have overhead, all of them. It's uh that's really what, as far as traditional business, that really keeps the lights on. And obviously you have employees too, accounts receivable, and I remember hearing this all too when I first got started in business. Not saying I've ever been a business owner as far as traditional brick and mortar, but just remember hearing all that. Sometimes the headaches, but that's just the way it goes when they keep business running, point blank. So you got to really have that mentality as far as it's not what's going out monthly in expense. It's really pretty much it's part of your asset too, and it's part of your overhead. You think expense mentality is like, oh, that's the employee mindset being real. But okay, so business owner, all business owners really, when they see any home-based business, most of the time they understand that in general, but they're going to lie to themselves for, oh, I don't have the time. It's not that. It's again, it goes back to words. It's not, oh, where can I find the time? It's, you're going to make the time to really get you try to go, because most of the time small business owners, now I'm talking to them, hate to say this, but what they're doing really is not working, and it's something you got to dig deep. I'm not saying that you should go raise your hand and say, yeah, what I'm doing is not working. I'm not saying that, but then they really know deep down, like it's like they might be hurting. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I know, just studying big business in general, they're the ones to get taxed the most. I'm not, you can't fool me. I study this stuff like crazy. Kiyosaki, people like Kiyosaki, Trump, Jack Canfield. I mean, these guys are big business owners. Just be real. So, I understand that world, and it's just studying this stuff. It's like, I have no idea how in the world, especially this here in the United States, a small business owner in the world, how in the world they're the ones that get taxed the most compared to an employee. It's beyond me. If you've been a fan of Rich Dad books, you understand, with the cash flow quality in general, it's shocking. You would think the employees would get taxed the most. That's small business owners, So, again, my point is, you understand that, okay, if this vehicle is going to help me get me out of here, then I know this is my overhead. Point blank. And again, that comes down to mentality of it. We can go into like a long topic with that in a sense, but for new people starting a business, that's something they're going to be asking. Okay, I hope they ask that. I never really shy away when I get asked that question. I'm like, yes, I'm glad you're aware of that. Because it's something that's your overhead. Now obviously too, in business in general too, over time, you're obviously looking for, the profits to exceed, your overhead, so you don't have to worry that it's like, hey, I'm not really missing anything per month. It's business. You keep that in mind too. And again, it goes back to what we mentioned earlier. How strong is your why? How strong is your purpose? Because again, that's going to overshadow all this. We really can end right there and say, okay, we're done for the evening. That will overshadow all those questions, whatever, because you're going to really do whatever it takes. And I heard somebody say this before. It's like, oh, what's that you do? Whatever it takes. I love that response. I should use it more often. But I mean, that's really what it comes down to. How serious are you? And it's sad that even a lot of people in home-based business, the reason why you hear a lot of the numbers, and it's never right, it never is right, because it's not really talking about the people that are customers, but a lot of distributors, maybe affiliates. The reason why, people always hear like the negative numbers is because those people don't really push that strong with their vehicle. They transmission, they let life get in the way or whatever. Okay, that happens. Yeah, I know my period of time being a home-based business, I've had people pass away, family members pass away, close friends pass away. It's unfortunate, but again, you're still here yourself. You see what I'm saying? So I mean, again, that goes right back to what I just mentioned earlier. Your purpose. It's like, okay, well, I'm here. Let me go ahead and make the best of this. Health issues, okay, yeah, I know. I've had my share, and Patricia, you've had your share as well too. But again, it goes right back to what I just mentioned a few moments ago. You can keep on throwing all the the curveballs or whatever, and I'm going to hit every time, because it's that I've heard most of them. Something that you got to overconquer yourself, because I keep on mentioning, I don't know how strong your purpose is for you. If it's strong enough, like I said, it's we could have ended within the first 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Call it a night.
Well, yeah, and you know, again, how strong your why is. You always see the little kids in the summertime. Speaking of summertime, here in the United States, that the little kids get a lemonade stand, you know, together, and they, excuse me, they want to make some money. Maybe they thought of it themselves, maybe their parents did it, or maybe they're hearing stories of um, friends doing it and they want to try it. And there's been several of them. My favorite show is like Shark Tank. And there was a little girl who came on and she had her lemonade stand and she wanted to make it a nationwide little thing where she can help other little kids. And just because you're an entrepreneur, a lot of people, again, have a bad connotation when it comes to doing their own business. And it is true, it does take up your time. It may take up an extraordinary amount of time because it's your business. You can't just walk away like if you did have a regular 9 to 5 job. You know, you leave the worries and the trouble to your boss. But when you're an entrepreneur, again, you have that different mindset. But once you're successful, a lot of entrepreneurs love to help other people. And again, okay, if your mentor isn't there to help you, and I said it's all about need. Do I need my mentor? Do I need my upline? Do I need the person that brought me into the business? Yes, you do, to a point. But then that's why we form groups and we form teams, because the mentor may have disappeared altogether. And we've talked about that many times on our show before. But I wanted to read, Andre, if it's okay, the definition of what an entrepreneur is. Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you know me. I'm always going to Google. And let me see. I've never tried this little thing here. It's a little microphone. Let's see how this sounds.
Entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur. That was too fast.
Entrepreneur.
I love the way Google has that, you know, for the definitions. Anyway, the definition, it's a noun, and it's a person who organizes and operates a business or businesses, taking a greater than normal financial risk in order to do so. So there's some other little words you could say. The synonyms are speculator, tycoon, magnate, mogul, and see, it says more here: trader, deal maker, promoter, impresario, wheeler dealer, whiz kid, go-getter, hustler. So but that, you know, a person that has a little gardening, you know, a little truck that has maybe made a sign, you know, with a little plant on it and his telephone number on it, and on his pickup truck or something, going around the neighborhood or passing out cards, or, you know, a little kid that's doing yard work, or somebody like that. Like my husband has his little business. He's a masonry, even though he is semi-retired. He's building right now a wall for somebody in their house. Actually, outside of their house, they're replacing their sliding glass door that's been there for 20 years, but they want to replace it. So my husband has been doing that, and he learned that from his dad. His dad was a masonry, where he goes and builds block walls and stuff. So he has that skill, that he knows how to do that. So that's a little extra income for us, because we are, like I said, retired. I'm retired, and he's semi-retired. Next year, he's going to get his Social Security. But we still love to make extra money. And that's why I am here online making money. And I try to attract people who are retired like myself, so that they can learn a skill, come online, and make an income. So they can lean on me initially when they get in, because I've been in this business now for 5 years. I don't think I'm going anywhere. I love it. I can work from home. So I have my passion, I have my why, and I'm here for the long run. And people who do get into my business, I mentor them, I help them, and our system that we have groups that they can get in. They don't have to rely on me if there's midnight, if there's a time difference, let's say, and you know, I'm still waking up. Well, they can go into the group that's 3 hours ahead in New York and go in and ask a question of somebody that's there who can help them with it. So you're not alone. You're really not alone. You can be a person who asks questions. You don't want to feel embarrassed because you asked a silly question, even, especially at the beginning. People will know, obviously, by your question that you may not have that experience, so they're more than willing to help you. You're not going to get just one answer from someone or help from someone. You may get a flood of answers that you have to go through to find the answer to your question, but you're never going to be by yourself.
Yeah, that's very true as well. And going back to the first part that you mentioned earlier too, a lot of people too, really a mentor does love to help you. You know, at the same time, what's it like to just basically shove new people away with the frequently asked questions, like a little form to set up, because you're gonna notice when you do have a lot of new people coming on in, you're gonna get asked the same over and over again. And that's the cool thing too, as far as what Patricia mentioned, is having groups set up. It doesn't matter where, it doesn't matter what social media platform, having them set up all over the place, even in having a chat set up as well. So again, you can answer those questions, or maybe even have people on your team answer the questions before you do, which is another good benefit. And again, it's more of leveraging your time. You understand where I'm coming from? So that's another good thing to keep in mind. And then at the same time too, as far as getting maybe motivated, there's always different, like weekly things to attend, as far as saying, like that's something like the basically like the company weekly meeting or something like that. Like a weekly meeting, whether it be a hotel meeting, a home meeting, online meeting, training. There's always something to go to as far as the culture. That's the important thing too, and then hopefully, really. On your own over time, you can go and branch out to do your own, set up your own meetings, your own trainings. That's really the whole purpose. I mean, it's not the whole point of being an entrepreneur is just really to go and grow, not to like, oh, so I do this, can I do this? And when again, referring back to Eric Ward, because obviously he's been in the game for over 20 plus years, he will always suggest, as far as got nothing in your home, go set up a meeting yourself. Since when information is, go leverage your time. You do it online, So like, okay, don't feel like going to set up your home, or maybe going to a hotel to find out a location, or maybe a restaurant, whatever. Again, I understand. Go set up online, and you can branch yourself that way, or just let's say leverage yourself that way. Because I mean, use social media and just go ahead and give it a rip. Go pay attention to people that have done so before. Like, okay, what are they doing? We got so many different Hangouts, Google Hangout, Zoom. I don't know how Facebook Live has to meeting. I've only seen like a one-on-one. I don't know if they're going to branch out to like more people. Stay tuned as far as that. But again, there's so many different ways, so many different avenues. Webinars. Go to meetings.
They do have Facebook Live that you can have interview with a split screen, and you can interview someone else. They haven't done it for 3, as far as I know, but I've seen it where they have had 2. I haven't had that yet. I think there's an app or something that you can get that will allow you to do that. I don't have that. But in the meantime, take advantage of what you do have already. Don't wait for something to come out. Just jump on it and do it. And that's another thing. A lot of people, again, they're afraid to get online and go public and go live. I know myself personally, I don't do enough lives to speak to my audience. But if you tell your story and you tell your successes, and successes can be a small thing, just like something like have a headline, my very first live, on Facebook. Maybe you have been live other places, like we mentioned, Periscope is a wonderful platform to get on. Here we're on Google, a Google Hangout. I've been on Zoom, like I said yesterday, our Women's Connection, where we're on a Zoom hangout. So there's all kinds of places where you can show up live and show your face and show your presence, where people will want to follow you and say, who are you? And boom, there you go. So you don't have to worry about being scared to do so. That's a part of the growth, the entrepreneurial growth. An entrepreneur is somebody who takes risks, as it said, and they're not afraid to do so. It doesn't have to be always a financial risk. Again, if you're trying to promote your business like we're trying to do, we want people to get to know, like, and trust us. So that's why we do these webinars every Friday, and we invite people to come on and see us and see what we're talking about, what topics we have to share. We offer free value every Friday. So, and we don't care what business you're in. We just want you to see what we're about. I mean, we're not being selfish. We care what business you're in, but you can take what we're doing and apply it to almost any business that you have, whether you have a weight loss business, whether you have a candle business, which I still kind of have, or whether you have a store, or you have an MLM business, you're selling insurance, whatever, all of these things you can apply to your other businesses that you have.
And we also do it for another reason, just to really set the example. Because again, on top of, like Patricia just mentioned, as far as maybe something simple as Facebook Lives, you can put them in groups. You can set up a group, have people that might have been curious as far as what you do, and just start to give out value. I know that's something that really we all have in our groups as well. Like, I know a year ago, or over a year ago, we had like a product launch in our company. So like when I was done, like really only 3 weeks, I was like, oh shoot, we're gonna do this group. I'm thinking about shutting it down, but I said, you know what, I got so many people on here. I really had turned around as far as this, you know, this the pitching only, or just to talk about your company only. Which, you know, if you were to watch really like on Facebook, mainly like how Patricia and I market ourselves, we don't really talk about anything about our company. You wouldn't even know, to be honest with you, what the name of it is, because we pretty much like to talk about ourselves more so. You know, whether it be basically lifestyle or talk about personal development stuff, you know, you still never know. And it gets to a point where you're giving that so much value, which you just mentioned, whatever particular company you're part of. You know, one thing that we like to talk about, and it's true because we've seen it so many times. This somebody coming from somebody who just witnessed it just literally a few days ago in this boot camp that I'm a part of as well. Somebody who joined our company and learned how to market himself better. And I kid you not, he said, and you guys see the income disclaimer below, because I'm definitely going to guarantee you results for this. Even though he was not really rocking it with this company that we're part of, he was rocking with his main company. He said he just made $30,000 last month with his main company, all from what he learned here. I was like, you got to be kidding me. But I've seen that so many times over the last few years being as part of this community as well. I've seen so many people become 5-figure earners in different companies because they want to learn how to market themselves here. You know, not so much that, yeah, if you, again, you know, on Facebook, social media, you see it all the time. And probably like how Patricia and I are always like either shaking our head or rolling our eyes as far as people, you know, talk about, hey, first 5 people, first 6 people, or whatever. Maybe once a week, maybe once a month. Even not almost every day. You know, I see it in groups all the time. So when you do something like stick out something with value, a video with no links, whatever, just something value that sticks out. You know, maybe a link that just has something of value, like a blog post or something. And I've been doing it. I learned that like 3 years ago, and I've been sticking with it since, and haven't really gone away from that since. Probably never will. Probably never will, because, you know, it goes back to what Zig Ziglar said years ago. You know, helping enough people get what they want, you can have everything that you want. And just throwing that value, just delivering so much value, and people can't stand it. Great, because guess what? You're not going to market everybody. You know, you're not trying to market everybody. You're only trying to market just a handful of people. You know, and you're going to attract those particular people. I know I've been doing this here the last few months, attracting more so people. It's like, yes. Oh, I'm talking from around the world.
And personally, I've stopped sharing my link, except for these Fridays. I share my link with our little promotion that we do. But most of the time I try to do a lifestyle, and I do a call to action is I want people to inbox me. If they're interested in me and they're watching me and they're seeing what I'm doing, just inbox me and find out what I'm doing. I had somebody inbox me today that I've got to get back to them. Again, like I said, I cater to more people who are retired. And that's exactly what she asked me today. She asked me, how do I help people make money who are retired online? So I've got to get back to her. her. She messaged me, oh man, I was going to sleep last night. So I said, I will get back to her in the morning. I should have answered her right here now, but my eyes were crossed. And I couldn't, I should see, and I don't want to just send her the link either, even in the messages, because I want to kind of weed her out to see what she wants to do. And that means I'm not desperate for you to join me. I do have a team, and I don't mind, that people do, but I just don't want anybody in there that's going to quit in, 30, 60, 90 days. I want to kind of interview them. I want to talk with them. First of all, it's going to be on Messenger, pick their brain a little bit. And then what I do is I do some voice clips on Messenger as well to let them hear who I am. Of course, I have videos all over my Facebook wall, so they should be able to hear what I sound like. And of course, they've been following me. At least this person has saw my note that this is what I do. I help people who are retired. So then she could feel confident to reach out to me with any questions, and I address them in Messenger, and then I will send her the link. Now, if they sign up, that's good, because we do have a little free trial as well before they can make that decision. But I want to make sure that they're interested. I want to make sure this is going to be a right fit for them, because if it isn't, I can't help them. And like we said, in the beginning, if they're brand new, they are going to need my mentorship. They're going to need that. But what we've always said, if they went and they didn't do the first couple of videos that are in the introduction, and then I get back to them in a week later and, I haven't had time. And they say I haven't had time. I understand, because the same thing with me. I am so busy in my life. It's unbelievable. I thought I was retired. It's, even though I'm working at home, I have so many different things that I'm doing, specifically with my business, but then a lot of personal stuff that I'm doing and have to do, that time management is my biggest problem. But because I'm encountering these problems, I can then thus help other people to figure out how to manage their time. And I don't know if this lady is, she's brand new. Like I said, I still have to message her. I don't know if she is somebody who's been in the business for a little bit. And I don't even know if she knows how to do the computer. So there's so many different facets that I have to see about her before I even send her the link. If she says that she's willing to try, or she knows how to do all this stuff, I'm going to say to her, don't try, do. Again, we've talked about negativity and negative vocabulary. Don't try, just do. And I'll see how committed she will be to doing this new business.
Yeah, and it goes back to what you just mentioned a few moments ago, like the use of words. I'll give this a try. And I don't try. Go give it a shot, though. Especially going back to what we're beating around like a dead horse, as far as how strong enough was your why, or strong enough was your purpose. Because again, I mean, it's like, okay, I like what you guys are sharing. You might have been following us for a while. Okay, cool. Then you can go scroll down. You see the yes let me in, and let's go and connect. So we can do exactly what Patricia just mentioned, because we want to go and really interview you too, to see if this is a good fit for you.
Connect with us, because that's what we want. That's why we have these lives, to meet different people, to click that button below and join our team, find out what our company is all about and what we can offer you, because you're missing out. That's basically what I think, because before I knew what internet marketing was and that I could even make money online and I can do that, it was a foreign object to me. It's like I had no idea. And when you find out, when you join our team, that there's a community of people, it's not just Andre, you're thinking to yourself, is he trying to scam me out of it, trying to get my credit card information to scam me out of my money? Or who's Patricia Henry? Who is this person? Is she real? What is she talking about? And am I trying to scam you out of your money? No, We have been in this company since the beginning, and we've been here for 5 years, at least I have, going on 6. And we've made money throughout. We can't disclose what we're making because income is what is our logo? I mean, not our, what is it again? Income is not typical.
You can't guarantee the results.
I know the results are not typical. It depends on you. It depends on your effort and what you're willing to do in this with your entrepreneurship in the business. What are you willing to put in? Time, your effort, your willingness to get on our webinars, not only this live that we have here. Maybe you can even join our, not only the team that we have in there, but this team. We might even call you out to come and join our Friday lives that we have every single Friday here, and you can join us on this team. So we'd love to see that.
Exactly. Let's look to connect with new people too, and this really again help you get out of basically your own shell or whatever. That's really what it comes down to, because again, like we mentioned earlier, that's the whole gist of all this. So you have to worry about being held or whatever, and not really getting caught up in everyday life. Like we mentioned earlier, it's going to happen. The taste is going to happen, but you got to understand again what's going to outweigh more so chance to get your dreams accomplished, or just basically sitting back, pushing back, and having that feeling of regret. And that's really the worst feeling when it comes down to it. You really can't put a time limit on your dreams, because we mentioned earlier, as long as you're still breathing, you're here. So go ahead and take advantage of that simple fact. Like we mentioned earlier, go ahead and take advantage, just scrolling down, click the yes, let me in, and let's connect so we can see if we can help you out more so. And also let us know if you've been getting value from what we have been sharing, because that's not, we've also been doing that here, like Patricia mentioned. We've been doing this, I know personally, between us, we've been doing this for the last couple of years, and we're going to just keep on doing so. Trying to learn to do so more so. Still working on the comments, so forgive us there. So if the comments not working, don't worry about that. I've been saying the last few weeks. We're working on that as well. But again, anything to just help you out as far as get you to wherever you're trying to go. That's really the whole point of just sharing information we have to share. So again, let us know if you gotten back. We'll be happy to share in here today. I know, like Patricia mentioned too, I gotta also connect with some people as well, because I connected with them as well. Just try to see where they are in their life. That's really the whole point of this. You make a friend, find a need, suggest a solution. I know we mentioned that before several hangouts, but that's really the whole point when it comes to business in general. It's really just building those connections, building those relationships. It's not. Yeah, you can do the whole get somebody in, a few quick bucks, whatever. That's all good, but really long-term relationships too. That's really what it comes down to, as well too. As far as building that person up, not so much just getting the money, building the person up as well. So that's really the main point of us sharing information like this. So I don't know if you have anything else to say, Patricia.
Well, the main thing is, if you want to start your entrepreneurial ship online, well, we'll help you. That's the bottom line. We'll help you learn. Just know that you're going to grow to your independence, and you won't have that needy feeling anymore, because you will have learned a new skill. And with that new skill that you learn, you can take it with you anywhere, and you can apply it into any business that you decide you want to be in. So that's the main thing. Again, it goes back to the child that was talking about. And the parents are praying, oh God, I hope this child, when they grow up, that they become independent and, go out and make it in the world. I mean, we love our children. I don't have any children, but I do have a granddaughter. She's 19. And we've been spending time with her lately. And we're trying to show her independence, how she can be independent. Because she was a little lost for a time, but we think with us now, giving her the proper guidance, she can fly on her own. So what is more that when a student, what I should say, what makes a teacher proud of a student that has achieved success, right? To know, it's a good feeling to know that you've mentored and you taught the student, and now they're coming back to you in your classroom and seeing how successful you have been in life. There's nothing like that. And then, of course, you know, there's the downer where there's students that they, like Walt Disney or Steve Jobs, or, you know, any of these people, mentors that have had teachers that said, oh, you're not going to amount to anything. But then they go on and they rise and they become millionaires, billionaires. The teacher is still teaching, you know, in his little job, but then to have a student come back and be successful, not only give you accolades for what you taught them, but then the student can reward you. Maybe they'll give the teacher buy the teacher a house if he is still trying to pay his mortgage off, right? Or take him on some grand cruise or vacation, or set up his retirement account for him, help him finish doing that. I mean, that is wonderful. But we can give you the skills that you can learn how to do all of this stuff. I'm not going to say again that you're going to be a millionaire, because we're not millionaires, but we have the skills to be able to get there. And that's what we want to be able to teach you.
Yeah. So again, if you're looking if you're serious for one, you know, just go ahead and just go in there and just click the yes, let me in. I'll look forward to disconnecting with you, like I mentioned earlier. So again, if gotten value from what we've been sharing here, just let us know. Let us know. You know, we'll be connecting with you. So with that also too being said, we'll see you the same time, same place next week. Here once again. So again, let's look forward to seeing you inside. See you then.
Thank you for joining us. Peace.